On the other side of the dividing line, SWAPO training was also continuing apace. Plan helped volunteers to slip across the border. Leaders brought home training received in Russia and other places, sharing it with new recruits in transit camps in countries like Tanzania.
I think, to an extent, we became strategists for our own, because there is nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do if you do not work to be able to succeed, and nobody will do it for you. I think by the grace of God, possibly some of us were given those talents to be able to plan and to execute those plans to be able to be effective.
According to SWAPO, permanent plan bases were set up in Novemberland. The SADF maintains that not a single base was established. Part of the SADF strategy was recruiting members among black and coloured Namibians. This was the beginning of a Hearts and Minds campaign which would divide the population of northern Namibia ever more sharply and set brother against brother.
The Hearts and Minds they employed, I think they also realized that them only, they would not win this war. They tried now to recruit the indigenous people to localize the war, so that the war was being Namibiaized, if I can say that, so that it's a Namibian fighting another Namibian, so that they will think that the Namibians were fighting each other and not the South Africans. I think it has been a trend. Wherever you had people who occupied the other peoples, they always employ those tactics. It happened in Vietnam. The Vietnamization of the war in Vietnam, Vietnamese against the Vietnamese being used by the Americans. This is what they did in Zimbabwe, this is what they did in Angola, and this is what they did in Namibia. The South Africans tried to recruit more Namibians, to fight against the other Namibians. You hit where the enemy does not expect you to hit them. You have also always the advantage of knowing the enemy and not the enemy knowing you, where you are, because you are like, you have no permanent structures. You move from one place to another. When they expect you to be there, you will be there. When you see, this is what is fascinating in guerrilla warfare, so that they do not know where you are operating from.